when you have one character entity working, if you can set up a second character entity and link it up, it's like, why not? And so suddenly I had a situation where there's 2-player. I went in and I edited the texture and gave Cactus red hair. So we've got green and red because that's the opposites. And I felt like she needed her own name, so I called her Holly because it was another plant-based pun. Once you've got 2 players working, you might as well make 4 players work because that's the amount of addressable joystick pads. So suddenly I needed 4 players to choose from. And so I kept going with the colors. The original lineup was Cactus, Holly, Lemon, and Aubergine. Suddenly there were like these characters. A character running around with yellow hair called Lemon is like, well, okay, now she's a character. What does Lemon look like? What does Lemon do? And so this kind of put the idea into my head about the characters and starting to think about them as their own thing. The next turning point was changing the way the weapon systems work. By restricting that and switching it to having character sets, we're able to suddenly dictate the strength of the character so much better. And so by fusing it all together and going, no, the characters own the weapons and the weapons are a set, suddenly the decision came back to one decision, which is which character do you want? Which character personifies you? Which character looks interesting? And we've seen it at like all the different trade shows. Some people approach it and they go, oh cool, shotgun character, I'm gonna play the shotgun character. And some people go, oh, I really like that purple haired character. It's just, dive in, pick something you like. Oh, that one's got a little robot with her, that one's got a railgun, that sounds really cool. Or, oh, I really like how she looks. Oh, she looks really cute. Like, whatever the decision is valid. And by fusing that together, suddenly the characters had a lot more meaning. Holly is defined by the fact that she has this seeking bullet style and a heavy hitting cannonball. It defines her personality, it defines her play style. Even though they're all potentially these happy, confident, outgoing characters, they all have a different quality. And it feeds off their weapons, it feeds off their style. It seems small stuff, but it all feeds back in and I think strengthens the experience.